the boys in the building. What the fuck is the ceiling? I'm taking this to the top. And when I leave, the whole world drop. Lace up, kill.
Hello everybody, I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason. And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. Here it is. This is it. They said I couldn't do it. They said I didn't have it in me. And I proved them all wrong. Nobody really said that, but yeah. Here we go. The last of my retro review Wrestlemania series. And I'm very happy it is because, woo, this was rough. I mean, literally, whenever I didn't have work, whenever I didn't have school, all my free time, I literally had to dedicate to watching these WrestleManias and doing these reviews. So it is nice to not have to watch a WrestleMania tomorrow. But I'll watch one on Sunday and I'll be there. But yeah, WrestleMania 28, let me talk about the show. This is a good WrestleMania. Basically, this is a 3-match show. Everything on this WrestleMania was just about 3 matches. So, since those 3 matches delivered, I have to say that this WrestleMania delivered. The one big problem with this WrestleMania, though, is once again, as the WWE always does in this day and age, is they give a middle finger to the rest of the undercard. Even in your opening video package for the show, the opening video package to this WrestleMania, all it talked about was The Rock versus John Cena and Undertaker versus Triple H. You wouldn't think there was anything else going on in this show. And like I think of back then, the video package, it used to be about the whole WrestleMania main event. It used to focus on everything and show how the whole thing was an experience. It used to give, time and importance to every single thing in the show, not just your big part-timer matches, and that's a very big problem in this day and age. But since it presented itself as a 3-match show, I have to give it a good type of rating. But I will say that the first hour is fucking horrendous, horrible, one of the worst hours of fucking WrestleMania. Okay, let me talk about the show itself. Your first match, let's kick it off to a horrible start. Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is 1 year, 1 year later that this match has happened. I'm sure all the people on YouTube have bitched, moaned, and complained about this match, and every right that they have for doing that. But I'll just make it brief. Your World Heavyweight Championship. At WrestleMania 27, they disgrace it by having it be the opening match. And now they disgrace it by having it be the opening match and a fucking 18-second squash match. I mean, first of all, you're disrespecting the Royal Rumble winner. Usually the Royal Rumble winner is supposed to main event WrestleMania. That's what the Royal Rumble is all about. And now the winner of the Royal Rumble is having an 18-fucking-second match. And with Daniel Bryan here, it's a shame that, this is just the WWE. This is how they thank their internet fans. This is the way they acknowledge their internet fans. This is what I hate about them, is that they have such a negative attitude towards their internet fans, because they know the internet fans love Daniel Bryan, and this is the way that they treat him. Is it a coincidence that the guy that gets treated so badly is the internet fans' #1 hero? No. This is the way of WWE saying fuck you to all of us, and I hate that shit. But Daniel Bryan, after this match, boy, was the fucking ball in the WWE's court to create one of the new biggest superstars. Right after this match, everybody was behind Daniel Bryan. The yes chants were going throughout the whole fucking show. Whenever, even if Daniel Bryan wasn't there, people were chanting Daniel Bryan. Even at events that had nothing to do with WWE, people were chanting yes, 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 and Daniel Bryan. And how does WWE respond? By turning it that the fans are mocking Daniel Bryan, that they're making fun of him with the yes chants. This is the thing that CM Punk said with the glass ceiling that nobody is allowed to break. Once they see that somebody's getting to the point of John Cena's popularity, they totally squash that motherfucker. And how stupid is that shit? I mean, even CM Punk himself, with the Summer of Punk, he was getting so hot, and then they have him job to Triple H, lose the belt to Alberto Del Rio. Why do they put themselves in this position? It's like, you have such a good thing going. You have something that could be really, really good, and you intentionally make it shitty. What other business does this? It's as absurd as, you know, let's say a movie director has a really great movie and then he goes into the editing room and says, I'm going to fuck it up because the movie is too good. I have to make a shittier version of it because it's just too good. What sense does that make? But in WWE world, it makes sense. So yeah, this was absolute fucking shit the way they fucking just buried the whole World Heavyweight Championship and Daniel Bryan after this. He could have been the most over guy in the company. Instead, they make it that the fans are mocking him and they turn him into some goat-faced cartoon character. Oh my god. Alright, then you get Kane versus Randy Orton. This is an okay match. I mean, it's pretty much just a Raw match. It's alright. It is what it is. Kane surprisingly gets the victory with a choke slam from the the middle rope off of the turnbuckle. That was a cool ending. I'm glad Kane beat Randy Orton. Then you got Big Show versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a bad match. I mean, not horrendous, but it was just slow and boring, your normal Big Show match. And you know, I remember when Big Show used to be the Giant in WCW, and he used to be like this monster fucking guy that dominated, you know, the way that a Giant would, the way that Andre the Giant did. And in the past fucking year alone, this guy has cried on TV about 5 fucking times. You know, he hits Cody Rhodes with the knockout punch, wins the championship, and starts crying like a fucking 5-year-old fucking baby. I mean, holy shit. Could you imagine Andre the Giant, after getting body slammed by Hulk Hogan, start breaking down, crying in the ring? The way that would ruin his reputation? Big Show needs to just fucking get out already. Big Show wins in a bad match. Then you get Kelly and Maria Menounos versus Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres. This match was fucking shit. One of the worst women's matches I've ever seen. The crowd is chanting Daniel Bryan and yes, 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 yes throughout this whole match. Maria Menounos gets the pin on Eve Torres, I think. For some reason, Vince McMahon has a hard-on about celebrities going over wrestlers. That just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, celebrity beats a wrestler. Then you get The Undertaker versus Triple H in your end of an era match. This Wrestlemania was full of false taglines. Yeah, Undertaker versus Triple H, this was a Hell in a Cell match. And to me, this match, not even in my top 1,000, 4 out of 10. No, really though. This is a great match. Hell in a Cell, I thought that the Hell in a Cell, you didn't need the Hell in a Cell stipulation. Because in the PG world, Hell in a Cell doesn't even mean jack shit. All it is just some structure surrounding the ring. It's not like they use it. They don't go to the top. They don't fall from it. So Hell in a Cell matches are pretty much pointless in this day and age. But I guess it played into the whole end of an era thing. It was like something from the Attitude Era. You had Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. They tried to put on an Attitude Era match. This wasn't as good as their previous match from the last year, but this was still a really good match and match of the night. The first few minutes were slow just because they were trying to do things with the cell, but it didn't come off as brutal. But when they stopped trying to use the cell and started having the match in the ring, that's when it really picked up. Shawn Michaels as special guest referee really played a suspense factor into this match. Like, would Shawn Michaels screw The Undertaker here? There was the best moment in the match where I thought that the streak might be over when Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music is The Undertaker, then Triple H pedigrees him right after. That, to me, if that didn't end the streak, then nothing could, because that would have been a perfect moment for the streak to end with, you know, Shawn Michaels and Triple H both saying suck it to the streak. But, of course, the streak doesn't end. The Undertaker beats the fucking holy shit out of Triple H, tombstones him, picks up the victory. This was a really great match. I really wish this was The Undertaker's and Triple H's last match, because this should have been the end of an era. Great post-match segment with all the guys leaving the ring together, hugging, you know, the last of the legends, you know, the last of the outlaws from the greatest era of wrestling, going out and putting on a hell of a show. So, awesome match. Then you got your 12-man tag team match for the general manager of both Raw and SmackDown, Team Johnny versus Team Teddy. This was a shitty-ass fucking a bunch of people tag match that they have instead of the Money in the Bank these days. But at least this one had some consequence and stipulation to it. Team Johnny wins. Then post-match, Eve screws Zack Ryder and low blows him or some shit like that. So this was a shitty-ass match, but at least this had some consequence and some meaning to it. Then you got CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship. This match wasn't as good as their rematch at Extreme Rules, but this was still a really, really good match. Very good. I loved the stipulation with Punk losing the title if he was disqualified, because I loved how they used that in the match with Chris Jericho trying to get Punk disqualified, trying to tick him off saying, "How's your father? How's your substance abusing sister?" And CM Punk had to hold back to not get disqualified. Then the match kind of slowed down a little bit after that, but it definitely picked up in like the last 10 minutes. I love the reversals in this match. The best one was CM Punk going for a Hurricane Rana on the top turnbuckle, and Chris Jericho holds him and gets the walls of Jericho. Fucking awesome spot. Then there's another great spot where CM Punk does the springboard clothesline, and Jericho reverses it into the code breaker. And then a great segment with both of them trying to lock on the Anaconda Vice and the walls of Jericho on each other. It eventually ends with Jericho tapping out to the Anaconda Vice. CM Punk retains. Great match. Yeah, really great match. And then you get The Rock versus John Cena in your main event. This is your once-in-a-lifetime match. It's a shame that it isn't once-in-a-lifetime, because what made this match special was thinking that it was going to be once-in-a-lifetime. It's just not going to have that specialty to it this year around. But this was a good match. I like this match a lot. I think it went way too fucking long, because The Rock and John Cena just cannot have a over 30-minute match, especially The Rock. And at a point, like 20 minutes in, they were really, really slowing down. It was like they would do a move, they would rest for like a minute on the floor. A lot of resting in this match because it went on for so long. If this was a 20-minute match, like an 18 to 20-minute match, this could have been like phenomenal probably. But still a great match, even though it went on way too fucking long. The entrances, I like, because they had a rapper come out to introduce John Cena and another rapper come out to introduce The Rock, and they performed songs. But I think that they should have just came out with the songs that the rappers were performing, rather than just have the rapper perform a song, then the guy's theme music, then the rapper perform another song, then the other guy's theme music. It just took up way too much fucking time. You should have just had John Cena come out to the Machine Gun Kelly song and The Rock come out to the Flow Rider song. That would have been fucking much better use of time. You could have added time to your Sheamus and Daniel Bryan match. But yeah, I like the beginning of this match was very exciting, but John Cena just ruins everything. You know, it's supposed to be intense, it's supposed to be epic, and whenever The Rock was getting one over John Cena would just do that fucking smiling bullshit where he smiles and plays it off like it's nothing. Can't this guy be fucking serious for one fucking match? Everything is just smiling. Like, does he ever get pissed or some shit? You know, imagine like Stone Cold and The Rock during their match. You know, The Rock does a stunner to Stone Cold, and Stone Cold gets up and starts smiling with that fucking pug, like, conceited type smile, like that he's just better than everything. But like I said, the match slows down towards the middle. It picks up at the end with a bunch of false finishes. Great ending segment with John Cena going for the people's elbow, and then The Rock gets up out of nowhere, does the Rock Bottom 1, 2, 3. I was so fucking psyched for The Rock winning, because I wasn't sick of the PG Rock the way I am today. I was still like really into The Rock, and even today I still hate John Cena fucking 100 times more than I hate The Rock. So yeah, though this was a really good match. So your 3 main event matches deliver. That's why I have to give this show an 8 out of 10. Because, I mean, if this WrestleMania presented itself as a whole show, you know, including everything in the card, then I would take some points off. But this presented itself as a 3-match show, so it's an 8 out of 10. I really wish they could start giving some respect to the undercard, because that really hurts the whole run of the show. Because when you're watching WrestleMania, it's supposed to be about the experience. You're not supposed to be waiting for it to be 2 hours in. This way you could get to the good shit. It's like nowadays you're waiting for the end of the show to get to the main events rather than enjoying the whole thing. But yeah, this is a good WrestleMania. Definitely a lot better than the the other recent WrestleManias, especially WrestleMania 27. So I give it an 8 out of 10 for the 3 main events mostly. So there you go. This is it, guys. I just want to thank everybody for sticking with me through this retro review series, for making me keep on doing this. Because if this was just me doing these reviews and nobody responding, nobody commenting, nobody liking it, I would just watch these WrestleManias on my own without doing videos. But I'm glad with each WrestleMania, we all talked about them, we all commented about them, said things we liked, said things we didn't like. And, you know, I'm glad that these videos are now here, and I hope that they have a long shelf life. This way my new subscribers could come back to these videos, you know, years down the road with new WrestleManias, people could go back to these videos. So it's been great, it's been fun, it's been real. And I'm going to take a break now from these fucking everyday retro review series. I'm not saying I'm taking a break from my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to be posting a video every single fucking day now. Somebody asked me if I'll be doing a SummerSlam or Survivor Series review series. While I probably will eventually down the line, I'm definitely taking a break because this shit was very, very time consuming and took up all my free time. I'll get down to it eventually, but not right now. I'm taking a little break. Okay, so thank you all for making this a success in my eyes, and I hope you enjoyed it. WrestleMania 29 coming soon. I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.